My name is Cora Futera, and I have paper anxiety. This does not mean that I think that pieces of paper are going to attack me. It means that when I see a blank piece of paper, I freeze up and terror strikes throughout my entire body. I am a senior at Columbia College, so I have encountered this anxiety multiple times. In order to combat this anxiety, I have compiled a list of tips and methods so that I may not experience this terror. I have written so many papers, and I'm proud to say that I have received no lower than a B on any one of them, so my method does work. And it is my goal to help fellow students, and even those of the audience who are not students, write a better paper. However, I not only want them to write a better paper, but I want them to be able to do so without experiencing fear or anxiety in what they're writing. The first step to writing a good paper is organization. Organization is vital throughout the entire process of writing the paper. But it is vital when you prepare to write the paper, it is vital when you are actually writing the paper, and it is vital for the paper itself. The first thing you should do is prepare for your paper. You should define a purpose. Now, if you are taking a class, hopefully the professor will give you a purpose or a topic, but it is an individual purpose that will make your paper that much better. You should also determine your audience. And if you are writing for a class, you may think that the audience is your professor, but it can be much wider than that. Your audience can be your fellow students or even an organization if you are preparing a mock grant that you would like to receive. You should always take notes on the information that you already have for your paper. You may think you know what you're talking about while you're writing the paper, but if you have those notes ahead of time, you will have something to refer to without scrambling inside your mind trying to find information that you know you have. Dartmouth College and its writing program recommends that you ask yourself questions before writing those notes. These questions are the typical 5: who, what, where, when, and why, but it is also what is the context of your topic and what are the cultural and historical implications on your topic that you may have. From there, you should also research your topic. Just because you think you are an expert, it does not mean that you are. And even if you are, research will lend you and other experts credibility. You should also create an outline, which is the organization part of your preparation. An outline will help you write the paper, and it will also give you an opportunity to look at the main points you are trying to make and develop an overarching thesis. The thesis is one of the most important parts of your paper, so you should actually know what it is before you write the paper. And you should also make sure that you have evidence for every point that you wish to make. Once you have completed your outline, then you should start writing your draft. However, this is where we encounter the blank page. So the first thing you should do is take a deep breath. Then you should review your notes and your outline, take another deep breath, and look at your blank page. Some of you, not me, may be lucky in the fact that you can start writing right away. For those of us who are terrified, we will be stuck on the blank page. The little brown compact handbook recommends several tips to get past that writer's block. And they are some of my favorite tips to use. It recommends starting in the middle of your paper, or to start with the part that you know the best. Some of you may want to free write, just jot down ideas as they come. Hopefully you will have full sentences. My favorite is starting in the middle. I always save my conclusion and introduction for last, because I find that my thesis tends to change after I have written everything else. And it makes it easier to sum everything up in the introduction and conclusion if I write them after my thesis has changed. You should also make sure that you have time and quiet when writing the paper. If you have anxiety like me, you jump on every little noise and every little distraction so that you won't have to write the paper at that exact moment. That actually hinders you more than helps you, no matter how much better your anxiety seems at the moment. When you are finished writing your first draft, and there should always be more than one draft, the Little Brown Compact Handbook recommends that you wait 24 hours before revising and editing your draft. I don't usually wait that long, but it is a good tip to know because it gives you time to have more distance between what you have written so you don't feel as attached to it, and also so you gain another perspective. When revising and editing your paper, you should know that no first draft is going to be perfect. For perfectionists, I know this is hard to handle, but those literary masterpieces that you love to read, they don't come that way just by the fact that the author put down their pen and wrote them. Numerous edits and sometimes years of time have been put into making that masterpiece. The Elements of Style says that no writer has a perfect first draft, and it's right. Now, when editing, grammar and spelling mistakes should always be limited. Spell check is not God. It does not see everything. Please do not rely on it. I have learned that the hard way. Make sure your thesis is supported throughout, and that if it has changed from your original thesis, you make sure your introduction and conclusion matches that. Make sure your paper flows smoothly, and make sure there is no repetition. The Elements of Style says that you should omit needless words, so making a paper more concise will make it read better. If you have a goal, such as 15 pages, and making it concise makes it 12, that just means that you need more information and more evidence. So time and hard work are needed for a paper. Organization is important, as is preparation. And there is no need for anxiety, and if there is, you should use it to your advantage. Use that anxiety to help you focus on what you are writing. I'm done.
Do you need to show us?
No. I'm good.